Hello and welcome to the Spirit Tribe Tea Talk Show. Today we are talking about the holidays. So we're going to discuss coping mechanisms, ways to get through the holidays, and we're going to talk all about the different holidays. So I am Frankie, one of your co-hosts, and today I am joined by Miss Kendra. Wave hi.
Hi.
And we've got some festive holiday spirit going on here. She's the princess, of course.
Always.
All right. And Miss Danelle, our little reindeer. Okay. All right. We've got Natalie.
Hi.
And Shannon.
Greetings.
No one said ho, ho, ho. What's going
Ho,
on?
ho, ho. All together. That was your job.
Oh, okay. Ready? Let's all do together. Ho, ho,
ho, ho.
Ho, ho. What? We're a bunch of
That was like row, row, row your boat. We should try that again sometime.
Oh, all right. Well, Maura is joining us, and she said hello. And
hello, Maura.
Christmas tree. So, welcome. Oh, her kitty cat. That must be her cat. What's your cat's name, Maura? So, okay. Well, today we wanted to bring you a show that we want to talk about the holidays. So, holidays can be a really great time and they can be a really stressful time. And you've got people who have family and some people don't have a lot of family. So we're going to talk about different coping mechanisms today. We're going to do some exercises. We're going to have a Yule reading. So if you want to stick around, I got a new Yule time deck and we're going to do a reading for the collective. And we're going to talk about different things related to the holidays. So who's feeling like they want to go first? Anybody? Do we want to talk about the astrological forecast first and then go into the holidays?
I knew it. I knew I'd be first. I was ready, but I was going to let the princess say something if she needed to.
You must have ESPN, Shannon.
I do. I have that channel in multiple languages.
Right.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about past and present. Oh, Tabby. That's cute.
Her name's Tabby.
Okay. All right. So many of you know we've already had the supermoon, December 4th, okay, which would have been a really spectacular time to let go of things, speculate on what you want to bring in this upcoming year and so forth. What was neat about it is it also aligned and went occult with the Pleiades star cluster. So if you're one that can stay up that late and look at that, of which I'm going to just say I'm not, and you're going to see a spectacular show. Now, if you are one of those that can actually either stay up late or get up early and you're meditating or whatever, and you happen to go outside, on December 7th, that was the best time to view Mercury, okay? Now, what's coming up, which is exciting that we haven't missed yet, so you can prepare yourself, is on December 13th and 14th, we have the Geminid meteor shower, okay? It's one of the year's best meteor events. So, also, if you're wondering when it's flying by, okay, shooting, and you're thinking, wonder which planet that is, it's going to be near Jupiter, okay? Now,
wait. How do you tell which planet is which?
Actually, I'm going to tell you, I was going to get to that because, again, there I am. I'm like, oh, that's cute. That could be the North Star. That could be that. And then I'm trying to line up the different, Big Dipper, Little Dipper. I did know the Big Dipper when I was a kid really well. But there's an app for that.
That's what I was just going to say. There's an app for that.
Depending, that's one of the good times that you can actually do an app. But, so you download that app and outside and you line it up however, calibrate it to however it says for where you're at. And then it will tell you what you're looking at. Okay, so that's kind of nice. December 14th and 15th, Mars is in Capricorn. Okay, and that's going to be offering you a striking view of that beautiful red planet. Now, December 20th is the new moon. So when you're stargazing, when you are thinking about those new beginnings, without the moonlight, without the interference, just meditating on those things, that's the perfect time to do that. December 21st, shortest day of the year, it is winter solstice. Okay. So if you like your sleep, plan on the day before and the day after to catch up on what you missed on December 21st. Just saying, you know, think ahead. Okay. The 21st and 22nd, in case you missed the first meteor shower, you can catch another one. This is a little bit gentler. It's an upside down meteor shower. I don't know what that means because when I'm looking at it, I'm already kind of upside down anyway.
Upside down. Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm looking at it, I'm like, I was doing that too, and I thought they're gonna wonder why I'm looking up in the show. Don't do that. And here I found myself doing it anyway. So anyway, okay. But it's Earth-fed meteor shower radiating from near Ursa Minor, and it's going to be visible during your early morning hours. So for those that like to go out for their coffee early in the morning or their walk or run or whatever, that's when you're going to catch it. And I can see Kendra going like this, so she's going to try to catch the other one.
Right.
Just take a picture and post it. That's the best way for people. And then December 27th, moon is near Saturn. Now, this was neat because if you really want to try to catch it and you have a telescope, you'll be able to really see Saturn's rings. Okay. Now,
what? December what?
December 27th.
27th. Okay.
And then if you've missed all these things, you're like, dang it, I didn't catch anything in the month of December. Catch this one. Venus, throughout the whole month, is shining in the southwest sky after sunset every night. It's the evening star. So, okay. So I hope I was able to give you something to potentially look at, wish upon. Yes, Princess Kendra.
I have a question because I do feel like it's an astrological event. Do you have anything on the 3i Atlas?
Well, no, I don't, but go ahead and share.
Well, I don't know too much about it because there's, you can fall into some deep rabbit holes if you start looking into it. But I do know that it will make its closest approach to the planet Earth on December 19th. So that NASA has said will happen. That's about all I have on it.
Who said it?
NASA,
Oh, okay.
Oh, NASA. Okay.
Well,
we have to trust NASA, right?
The space agency, yes. We're on call.
Northern Oceanic.
Did you guys?
And you said that was what on December 19th?
It will make its closest approach to planet Earth on December 19th. I don't believe we can see it with the naked eye, but I do think that people with very powerful telescopes or observatories will be able to catch a glimpse of it.
Right.
Obviously, if there's a clear sky and all the things.
Right, but what did you say was going to be visible potentially that's coming close on December 19th?
Oh, sorry. That's the 3i Atlas.
3i. We need to have an astronomer. Is that what they call them? Astronomer on. That would be really cool to talk with them about.
It is an interstellar object. So I kept seeing it and I thought it was 3-1 Atlas, but it means I for interstellar. So it's the third interstellar object that they have tracked entering our solar system since we started tracking things. So it's pretty unique. It came from another galaxy far, far, far away. And there's a lot of information out there on it, but there's also a lot of rabbit holes and stuff you can dive into. So all I'm saying is December 19th, it'll make its closest approach to the Earth. And that's pretty exciting because it is only the third ever interstellar object that has come our way that we know of.
Okay.
So,
well, we have Maura and Wendy on the show, and some others have joined. If you want to drop your name in the comments, we have a surprise giveaway at the end of the show. If you like our show, I think this is our 8th show, right? It's the end of the year, so we'll be starting a new season next year. Go ahead, like, subscribe, ring a bell, whatever you see on the page.
We're going to have a season 2.
That's right.
Season
Season 2.
Oh, yes.
And then in January, our guest is going to be Astrologer Jackie. And so we're going to be talking about the new year and what the new year for 2026 brings. So Delina just entered her name in. Welcome, Delina. So it will be new things going on. And also, if you haven't downloaded our new app, we talked all about it on our show last month. A Little Bit of Kindness, the app on your phone for Apple and Google. All kinds of great practitioners nationwide. We're looking for all kinds of new practitioners as well, but you'll see new videos posted all the time. Yoga, meditation, positive mindset, crystal bowls. We have some crystal bowl artists. A didgeridoo. It's really good. I can't say that word.
Didgeridoo.
Didgeridoo. So make sure that you go to Apple or Google and download A Little Bit of Kindness app and enjoy as we grow our community. So, you're very welcome. Delina said thank you. So welcome. We're here talking about the holidays and we're going to give you some coping mechanisms as well as, we're going to do a Yule reading for the season and just talk about, all the different holidays that are out there this time of year and how we can cope or, enjoy the holiday season. So who wants to go next? Miss Kendra, you want to go next?
Sure. Mine is really short and sweet. And it kind of ties in with Shannon's there, which is the next full moon. So after you have fun with all of the experiences in December and seeing the planets and the meteor showers and all of the things, the next full moon is January 3rd. So hopefully you're recovered from whatever New Year's celebrations and you can enjoy the full moon. I believe it's rising at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. So if skies are clear and you're in the Northern Hemisphere, we should have a good view of it throughout the night. And it's called the Wolf Moon. So January 3rd, be on the lookout for the full moon. And Danelle, you'll have to remind me. So you can put out your moon water, right? And so you can put out a glass of water and make moon water. The difference between full moon and new moon, I know Danelle just had a video on the app.
So the difference between the full moon and the new moon. So the new moon is when you're actually setting your intention, planting those spiritual seeds, okay? And then the full moon is when you're releasing them out into the universe. That's when it's going to be, and everybody has their different rituals that they do for that, but that's the difference.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's a good thing you asked Danelle because I would have said the full moon is the one you can see and the new moon is the one you can't.
Perfect. That's true though, Shannon.
That's true though.
You're onto something.
So did you see the full moon? Driving the other night, it was so orange and I was trying so hard to get a picture because it was so huge in the sky and so beautiful. But it was
gorgeous.
Picture of the moon that comes out like looking like it really does in real life. I'm always trying. We need to get a really good moon or camera so that we can get some good picture. Okay. Calendar. I'm like calendar. We need a moon calendar too. I do.
Are we going to be able to ask questions so the audience can answer too at the moment? Are we doing that? Okay. I have one. I'm just curious if it's okay. Yeah. So, because we're going into the holidays, we're talking about coping mechanisms, we're talking about all that kind of stuff. And I don't know about you, some of y'all, but I know that in the office I work in, we have a mixed flavor of things happening. For example, Christmas music is a hot button topic, believe it or not. And I'm not talking about like whether to listen to country Christmas music, classic Christmas music, new Christmas music, or whatever. It has just gone as basic as what time frame do you start playing Christmas music?
The day after Thanksgiving, I have it on.
I can
in
start.
My car.
I can listen to it. I can listen to it starting Christmas in July. I can be tunes like I'm good. Some people are like, it's like decorating at the same time. They're very strict. They have They start decorating right at this time. They start playing music right at that time. And then they don't make day after Thanksgiving. Okay. Wendy. Okay. I got you. Okay.
Yeah, if you're joining us, please jump in with comments. We're asking, when do you think it's a good time to put Christmas music on? When is it a good time to put your Christmas tree and holiday lights up? What do you guys think? What's the consensus here? Does anyone
I think whenever you want. I mean, the day after Thanksgiving. Some people do it before Thanksgiving. I'm going to admit something. I am a day after Thanksgiving person, and we don't have a thing up yet.
Okay.
Yep.
That's okay.
That's why there's no Christmas hat. I just have antlers. That's it. That's all I have. That's the only thing. But I will tell you, okay, the gym I go to, he loves his Christmas. There is Christmas on top of the roof, in every room. And so because he'd have surgery, I've been teaching the kickboxing to Christmas music.
Oh my gosh,
so
this is a
cool.
great topic.
Yes, it's to Christmas
I've been
music.
teaching my yoga flows to a Christmas yoga.
Christmas music, see?
Yeah, not Christmas, but just kind of more instrumental. But yeah,
yeah. No, his is it, and you're doing fast-paced kickboxing, so it's to Christmas music, and I'm calling things out at a fast pace to.
I don't think I could do that.
Christmas music.
She's calling out saying, "Kick the Grinch! Kick the Grinch!"
Yes.
I agree with what Maura said, which was when you feel the vibe, because it's different for me every year. And honestly, I think it has something to do, for me, has to do with weather. I'm very thankful I live in the Northern Hemisphere, not the Southern Hemisphere. But even being in Arizona, like it's 73 degrees during the day right now. It's beautiful. And I wouldn't change a thing. But then I hear Christmas music on the radio and I'm like, oh, I'm not ready yet. But unfortunately, with not being ready comes then the procrastination side. And then all of a sudden it's December 24th and I don't have a tree.
It just stirred. The reason I brought it up is I was like, I cannot believe they are this passionate about when to play. So everybody's been with their earbuds. So I can tell with Christmas music and stuff like that, you can tell who's listening to Christmas music because they don't remember. Here's the other thing. They have their earbuds in. They're doing their stuff. The next thing you know, you hear this the other ear because you have one earbud out, and then you can hear them all singing different, and none of them are matching. And it's
hilarious.
I'm like, you are the people that are arguing about playing Christmas music, and you're playing Christmas music. Anyway,
but they're playing their own.
I agree with Wendy. I the Thanksgiving Day parade gets me ready for Christmas too. I teach kindergarten, and we just had our kids did a kindergarten concert today. It was so cute. That really helps with the Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
So part of that too is it helps build community and so forth, and helps people belong and everything. And some of the things that we talk about for the holidays and it being a difficult time is you're not always able to connect with people. So I'm going to give you an example. For me, if I did not come across one of my friends here on the Spirit Tribe or somebody else that I was close to, that, or even my family let's close, but they're going their different way and all that kind of stuff. If I did not run across somebody like that, I could go a week or more without a hug, without human contact.
Oh,
you know how important it is for human contact, hugs and stuff like that, and the music and the stuff that brings us together. So sometimes we're thinking about those things, but and we want to try to include people, but sometimes depending on how it is, I heard a phrase that some people don't, they know that I know my friends love me, I know my family loves me, but the word was families, and especially elderly, did not want to feel optional. That was the word, optional.
Wow.
That's tough.
Wow.
Right there.
So I bring this up not because it's not to bring us down or anything. We're talking about coping strategies, all that kind of stuff. But I worked with the elderly. We would start. I mean, we had the holidays and stuff that would help get us going and all that. It was wonderful. Of course, I had people to help decorate. I'm I have my Christmas gnomes out. That's
perfect.
Oh,
but that's
She had her people. She had her people to tell their people to decorate.
well, it's interesting that you say that too, because right now, as it's getting colder out, the days are getting shorter.
Oh my gosh!
What?
Oh, we
I was
just
reading
read
the comment. Who does that?
not
I
sure
know,
where this
that's
happened, but
terrible.
holding up signs
As they were
along.
outing Santa's, some kids.
Oh,
doing
yeah, that's you got a good point there,
they-
Maura. I think that's a decision that should be left to families, because Christmas is not about whether or not it's the spirit of Christmas, and having that and teaching that concept that you can still have that we as adults have forgotten. Not everybody. I'm sorry, do what?
I love Santa Claus.
Me
It's
too.
all about Santa. Yeah.
And I told my kids when they were teenagers that if you don't believe in Santa, you don't get any presents.
Yep.
That's the
Socks and underwear. That's it. Socks and underwear.
Well,
The magic, exactly.
Christmas, yes.
Right. It is the magic of Christmas. And I know, I'm sure every family somewhere in their family has this story, but I know in our family, there were times where there was a present and nobody knew where it came from.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and this, maybe it's spirit, maybe it's a loved one on the other side. I pick up quarters from my dad and pennies from my sister. It's a thing, but who knows about Christmas presents either. So is Santa? Yeah. I'm all about the Santa Claus. He delivers presents. So, and he brings Christmas joy and love and ho, ho, ho.
No, but Shannon brought up a good point. Just remember, like we talked about last month for Thanksgiving, to check on if you have a neighbor who's by themselves. I had a neighbor, I'll tell you, yesterday, I came home from work and there was a paper inside my door. And when I walked in, and that was so weird, it was a note on the floor right when I stepped in the door. And I was like, what's this? And I opened it up, and it was a note from my neighbor saying, at 1:30 today, I noticed your door was wide open and your dog was running around outside. So somehow my door had blown open. She's like, and I tried to catch her, but I couldn't. And she left her phone number. She's like, can you call and let me know if everything's okay? I closed your door. And luckily she was inside. So she must have gone out at some point and come back in, because I left at 7 a.m. and she didn't close the door till 1:30. And I didn't get home till like 5:36. So I was like, oh my gosh, but she was here. But it's like, I said, thank you, because I'm by myself here and nobody, I have 3 other neighbors right around me, but I don't think any of them closed my door. She had to come from next door to walk over to do it. So, so check on, people around you, make sure they're okay. If you see something odd or package sitting out for a while or their door open, go over and just make sure everybody's okay. You never know. So, absolutely. So,
I think Shannon had a really good point. I think Shannon had a really good point too about the hugging, which we kind of found out during the whole COVID pandemic too. Is I think that somebody said, humans need an average of 7 hugs per day. But right with what you're saying, Frankie, too, and
oh no, she froze.
She froze.
With my what?
You froze.
What?
You froze
for a minute.
You froze when you said Frankie, and then you froze.
So it's good. It's probably good for everybody. So I was just saying that it is important to check on your neighbor, but also your friends, your loved ones, your family. Hugging is super important. Everybody needs a hug, and it's that physical touch. I think it's 7 hugs a day sustains the heart or something like that. I've heard a theory. And we found out through the COVID pandemic how important human touch and contact was. And that's a good coping mechanism, because if you're struggling with family or friends or whatever stress is going on in the holidays, a simple hug can just wipe away whatever the crap is.
No.
So,
Exactly.
And I think I might rent that hot date for Christmas, and then I might get up.
hug.
That is so cute. I saw that information about your hot date that you can rent for the holidays.
That's insane.
Oh my
Oh yeah,
gosh.
that's so funny.
I sent him a little thing I saw on Facebook. It was like 3 tiers of rented dates to take to your family holiday. And each tier was a little bit more based on what your date was going to do for you and say nice things about you in front of your family.
It's perfect.
It was perfect.
Yes.
Love
Love that.
All right. Well, since we're talking about the holidays, let's go to Natalie and have her tell us all about the different holidays we do celebrate, because Christmas is not the only one by any stretch of the imagination. So
Yeah,
all
there's
right, Natalie.
so many holidays right around this time of year. And it's really interesting what you're talking about. There's a common thread between all of these holidays. There are many cultures around the world celebrate holidays centered around light, hope, community, and renewal. And we need to think about what's happening right now as we go into winter. It's colder, it's getting darker. Our resources are maybe, I mean, we live in this world where we have cities now and grocery stores, and we can just get everything we need. But it is a time of rest and saving our resources and sharing. So the traditions differ, but the seasonal rhythm is the same. The days grow shorter and darker, and the nights are longer, and we respond by creating warmth, meaning, and connection. And we're going to talk about Christmas, Yule, Kwanzaa, Diwali. Diwali happened October, November, but we're still going to just mention that, and New Year's. And we're honoring light during the darkness and an invitation to begin again. So Christmas, we have light, hope, and rebirth. So we have lights burning, we have Christmas lights, lanterns, candles, hope and renewal, the symbolic birth, new possibilities, community, gathering. We get together, we share food, we sing, we dance, and reconnect with loved ones, and just think about how grateful we are. Hanukkah, the Festival of Lights, is 8 nights. This is a Jewish celebration honoring resilience and the miracle of life. The central ritual includes lighting of the menorah, telling stories of perseverance, identity, and traditional foods. So they're gathering families, they're reflecting, singing, and celebrating as well. And remembering, even when resources feel small, light, courage, and community can carry us through. I have some sirens going down the highway there.
Hey, Natalie.
Yes.
Natalie, I have a quick question.
Sure.
I love some of these different holidays, and I wish I would have grown up around somebody that maybe had, because reading about the celebrations and lighting of the candles and so forth, I always thought it was neat, because then you're also it's around food as well. But did any of you grow up around anybody that celebrated that? Did you get to participate or know about?
I went to one. I was young, and we had some really good friends, and so my family went and got to participate in one holiday season with them, and it was very unique. I remember just kind of taking it all in and thinking, this is very fulfilling. That's the word, fulfilling. That was my experience.
Yeah. I was raised Catholic, and it never really resonated, but I did all the communion and confirmation. But when I got older, I did date someone who was Jewish and wanted to learn more about other religions. And I was disappointed that our religion never taught you about other religions, right? Even though we went to those CCD classes, whatever they were. But I took a conversion to Judaism course for a while, and considered, wanting to learn more about that. So the 1 year when my son was little, him and I we didn't celebrate Christmas, we celebrated Hanukkah, and we got the menorah and put it out and lit the candles, and they do those so many days of presents, and it's usually earlier in the month, and celebrated that. So and then being in Arizona, when we had the center, a lot of pagan and people there celebrate Yule. The 1 year, the first year we were at the center, we had that winter solstice party outside with Dottie from Metamorphosis Church, and over like 30 people came, and it was really nice. We brought all this food, we had crafts outside, we were sitting around a fire, we did like some affirmations in the fire, we did all kinds of things. So it was really nice just to be together and spend time together, you know, and eat. So I feel like there's a common thread of don't you eat everywhere you celebrate, right?
Yes.
We always eat, or you gather around the table. It's a time, like Europeans believe big meals and around the table are a time, you know, to celebrate. So there's something about food that is a common thread, and community too, and bringing people together. So I'm sorry, Natalie, go ahead.
Oh, Wendy says my best friends-in-laws were Jewish and celebrating in their traditional was very interesting, their traditional ways. And Moira also said we celebrate the end of descent into darkness and the coming of longer days, shorter nights, and sunny days. Yeah, we're going into the shortest days of the year, and soon we get to come back to light. I lived in Alaska for quite a while, and you really notice how the seasons change and how important the light is, and the days getting longer, and how cool it is when the days start getting shorter, and we do lean on each other more for community and support and sharing of resources and making sure everybody's staying safe. But I have
22 hours of darkness in the winter time.
That's
and
true. I was going to say that
life-threatening temperatures, you know. So yeah. But I have a Christmas tree menorah, and I don't know if that's what it was when I grew up. It was when I was a kiddo. We had a neighbor who was Jewish, and she made us a little wooden Christmas tree, and it has the 4 candles and the.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cute. But yeah, so anyway, so we go on to talk about Yule is the winter solstice. I know Frankie's going to talk a little bit more about Yule, but it's honoring the return of the sun. It's one of the oldest celebrations rooted in ancient cultures, and it's the Celtic, Germanic traditions. It's the longest night of the year, and we're celebrating the return of the sun. So after the longest day of the year, each day gets a little bit more lighter until we're back to spring and rebirth and things growing again and all that. So it teaches that darkness is not the end, but the turning point. It's a moment of quiet reflection before the light returns. And Kwanzaa is also community culture, collective light. It's a 7-day African-American cultural celebration, and it honors unity, self-determination, collective work, and responsibility. It's also about connection, community, and collective renewal. And Diwali is the festival of lights. That's October, November timeframe. And it's the triumph of light over darkness and knowledge over ignorance. Yeah, so New Year's also, we celebrate New Year's, a time of letting go and thinking of beginning again. Maybe we journal and we think about our past year. I'm looking at the chat real quick. Some cultures I think are more lunar than solar, like the Chinese New Year. Yeah, definitely. And let's see. So I want to make sure I got over everything that I needed.
I wonder if this month is the month with the most holidays in it out of the year. That would be interesting to see.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I feel like, doesn't it seem that our holidays are centered around the solstice? Because we have Easter is kind of around the spring.
Yeah.
Kind
of thought about that.
There's an interesting gentleman. I'm trying to get him to come on our show and be part of the app. It's called The Occult Gentleman. He's on TikTok, and he's making these really great videos. And we've chatted a little bit, but he talks about how it's he's very smart. I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't originally a pastor or something at some time, but or an academic, because he explains things in such a way how the pagan holidays and the Christian holidays are a lot alike, and he just discusses the likeness in the Bible and different things, and he's really interesting, but he's very articulate about it. It's not like aggressive or anything, but it's just very like, oh my gosh, like it makes you think about things. So I would love to get him on the show. He's very interesting if you get a chance to check out his TikTok. So I'm sorry, Natalie, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Well, that's okay. I might be droning on.
I'm going to jump in anyway because Val, who couldn't be with us today because she's doing a little holiday thing.
Yeah.
She would be so proud because Frankie, you asked the question and then I looked it up on ChatGPT. So that's just my little shout out to Val. So December worldwide, considering global religious and cultural holidays, December tends to have the most widely observed holidays worldwide. Christmas, Hanukkah, Bodhi Day, Kwanzaa, New Year's festivals. April and May also feature many major religious holidays, Easter, Ramadan, Eid, depending on the year, Passover, and Vesak. I'm probably not saying that right, but but it says that there's no single universal answer because the month with the most holidays depends on the country, culture, and which types of holidays you count. So is it federal holidays, is it religious holidays, whatever, but
makes sense.
Theoretically, December is one of the months that has the most holidays worldwide. So that's interesting.
Right.
Nice.
Thank you. And
well, let me go ahead.
Go ahead, Natalie.
Sorry. So
tell whoever's joining us to drop their name in, Natalie.
Whoever's joining us, drop your name in the chat. We're going to give away a little prize at the end of the show. And we don't know you're here unless you let us know. So drop your name in the chat and I will, I'll see it and we'll put it in there for you. Also, like us. Like our, is it on YouTube? Subscribe to our show.
Click the notification bell so that you get notifications anytime an episode is going to drop. Or the shorts. Frankie, you've been putting on a lot of shorts on there too.
But the other interesting thing is how have you navigated the holidays if you are used to celebrating one way and your loved one that you're with celebrates another? And how was that transition? Or better yet, was that transition easy for you, but maybe not so easy for your loved ones' in-laws?
That's a great question.
Wow.
And please feel free to, I'm enjoying the chat conversation as well. So
I have two more questions to add to that. While you're adding that question, what small rituals of light can you add to your season? And what are you being invited to slow down and begin again?
Oh, well, is that the homework? Because that's a lot of thinking. That's pretty deep, Natalie.
I know. It is deep. You can think about it and let us know on our next show, or if you have anything to add right now.
What was the first question?
It was what small rituals of light can you add to your season? And many of us are adding small rituals of light, but when you start to put all these holidays together, it was really interesting how they all have light.
Well, I don't know if this is a ritual or not,
fire,
but I feel like my house, particularly my bedroom, is very dark. And so typically in the mornings, as the season gets towards fall and winter, I open all the curtains in there, which we don't always do in the summer to keep the sun out. And then I notice I start turning on my bedroom light, which we rarely do. But for some reason, I need light. And so it's just a simple light bulb. It's nothing exciting. But there is this feeling that I get when I have light around me versus kind of the darkness. If it's cloudy, I want lights on, So I would struggle in a climate that was dark a lot, I think.
Yep, you were 22 hours of darkness. Yeah, and then people have seasonal affective disorder. So a lot of people do, and I know I always get a little bit more sad when there's not so much sun, when you get up and you go to work and it's dark, and then you come home and it's dark, and I'm like, I can't wait.
I do, Christmas even in Arizona. Like, who would have thought so much sun?
I actually feel accomplished when I kind of turn it the different way. Still dark, I feel accomplished that I'm getting more accomplished in the mornings, and it's still dark out and I get excited, and then it just yeah, I don't know. I'm drinking my tea and it's dark out still and it just feels good. If it's light, sometimes I feel like, oh gosh, things are
You're
happening
late.
so fast. Yeah, I'm
And
late.
you're
Yeah.
running late. Yeah.
So I kind of feel good about her. If I go work out really early and I come home and it's still dark, I'm like, look what I did. I'm like a
No, that's good.
yeah.
So
Good way to-
Maura put in there that they go through a lot of tea lights in the winter, which I think is fantastic, which reminded me that's one thing that I'm trying to be more intentional about. And I have a ton. I didn't have to use the beep. Okay, I almost said a word. Okay, but I have a ton of them to use, and I have different candles set at different places, intending to use them. But because I didn't grow up lighting them all the time, I forget to light them when I get home, or when I get, and just different things. And the other side of that being, I would be afraid that I would forget to blow them out, and I would
was
leave.
just wondering about that.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
I thought I could call you and remind you to light your candle every afternoon, but you have to remember to blow it out.
Tea lights are good. You know, they're better than the larger candles because they do, when they burn down, they tend to go out. But not to say there's not a risk of fire, but they're better maybe options if you tend to forget that you have candles burning like I do.
Yeah. Maura said she does a lot of inner work when it's dark out, and I completely agree with that. Completely. So definitely in the dark, you're doing some inner work, which is good. It's better than going in. I mean, inner work can be positive, but it can put you through it as well. So I think
Does
that's a
that
good
mean
thing.
for you, Moira and Danelle, does that mean you're taking this time instead of getting wrapped up in the hecticness of the holidays? Are you taking this time of year to slow down and go in?
Well, I think that's the goal for me.
Be more reflective.
Be more reflective, but it's just, it gives me, I kind of do the opposite when it rains. It's the same thing. I enjoy the rain because it makes me sit down, just enjoy it, look at it, smell it. Whereas if it's just because maybe it's just because I'm from Arizona and I'm used to the sun all the time. And we get beautiful weather where we're at. We're not, I mean, Phoenix is hot. We don't have that. So but yeah, it makes me, I get giddy. I don't know. I'm like, I'm gonna have some tea or hot chocolate and I can't go anywhere anyhow. I don't know. So maybe it is more.
I do the same thing when it rains here. Like, why can't we have a rain day? Just close
exactly. I'm waiting. Yeah. Monsoons, come on.
Yeah, I wonder if that, and that's really a great way to look at it. I think I'm going to steal that, Danelle and Maura, about doing the inner work and just kind of coming within, because that's a huge benefit. And I had a friend once tell me about Mercury retrograde. She said, this is kind of our time, a reminder to slow down, do some journaling, do some going within, do the inner work. So now I'm going to use that with what you said on the doing the inner work. I think that that's a really good positive way and positive thing to do as the days get shorter, is just to spend more time doing that inner work. I love that.
Yeah. I like that she said that, because it just makes a lot of sense. It's exactly what I do.
And then the other reason that we're in where we're at and we're together doing what we're trying to do is because we've realized that we need that, and we're doing that inner work. But people that don't have the coping mechanisms or the coping skills are the ones that unfortunately we tend to potentially have a more difficult time during the holiday season, and unfortunately do not make it through the holiday season at times. So that's why our work is important.
And I wonder if, and Shannon, I don't know if this is part of it, but we are made to slow down at this time of year in our society to get busier and consume more. And I wonder if that has anything to do with that feeling of I'm doing too much, I'm getting overwhelmed.
We were meant to follow the cycles of nature.
Yeah.
Okay. We were meant to follow the cycles of nature. When the sun comes up, we get moving, all that kind of stuff. When the sun goes down, that's when we're supposed to relax and sleep. If we wake up, I mean, they woke up at times, but if you wake up, you go ahead and take care of some stuff, then they would go back to sleep for a period of time and then get back up and go about their day. They didn't force themselves to, stay or end up using electronics and things like that totally knock you out of whack and out of rhythm with your circadian rhythm and so forth. So, and then what exactly right, Maura. And then you're taking things so that you can turn stuff off, and it's a vicious cycle. So you can't get back to. But yes, we were designed to work with how nature works.
Right.
Sun comes up, sun comes down.
Sun goes down. Well, in the holidays, I mean, it is fast paced, yet it's darker. It's all of that. And coping for the holidays, the only thing I'm really going to say is when I mean, I know we give gifts and I know we do different things, but one of the biggest gifts that we can give, let's say that you have family that don't get along and you have one person in the middle that gets along with both and they don't know who to go spend it with because one's going to be mad. The biggest gift you can give that person is not putting that pressure on them that they have to be with you and I'm going to be mad if you're not with me. That's one of the best gifts you can give somebody. Let them be. It doesn't mean they love you less. It doesn't mean anything like that. But just think of it not as just giving gifts and something to have, but something like that is gift giving. So just think about that because I know not every family gets along or some people don't have family, and bringing somebody to your home, it's always nice. That's a gift.
No, I agree. And I told my kids, like, every day is a day to celebrate, not just the holidays. And I know I have some traditional family members who get upset and we're not all getting together. And I said, everybody's growing. The kids are growing. And I told the kids, I just would like to see you sometime around the holidays, whether it's the holiday anymore. It doesn't really, you're not little. And maybe it's little if we have a little grandbaby to be together, but otherwise it's all about like us getting together. So I don't care what day we get together anymore. I'm trying not to be, it's just
the day
a day
shouldn't matter. Yeah.
No,
I agree with
the
you.
day shouldn't.
Well, and if you think about it, just, my husband was in the military. My son's in the Navy, and you celebrate when they're home. Like right now, he's currently deployed on an aircraft carrier, going to be gone for the holidays, and they're going to celebrate as soon as he's home. So and he's been there for Thanksgiving too. And
should we do a shout out? Because didn't he just get an award?
Yeah,
he did. He got Sailor of the Year for his squadron.
Yay!
So he's and you know what? They put that on an airplane, one of the F-18s for his squadron, and he's get to fly in it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So you work on them, and then so they take him up. Yeah.
No.
It's exciting. So
awesome.
Nice
Shout
deployment. Yeah. Shout out.
Maura said yay. Maura said yay.
Yeah.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch now. And you're good, Natalie, if I go on to do the Yule reading for us?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. So as I talked about, winter solstice Yule is a pagan generally celebration, but a lot of the traditional celebrations we have are rooted from the old pagan celebrations and the way things used to be. And I think, like Natalie said, it's one of the oldest traditions that has been celebrated. It's a sacred festival of light, renewal, and rebirth that honors the return of the sun during the darkest time of the year. And it's rooted in ancient Norse, Germanic, I might have said that wrong, and pagan traditionals. Yule occurs around the winter when the night is the longest and the earth turns once again towards growing light. So again, it's that time where it's the darkest, and then it starts to get light. And for thousands of years, people have gathered around with, we talked about fire, lighting candle, decorating evergreens, hence the Christmas tree, and inviting people into their homes as symbols for hope, protection, and the promise that even in the deep darkness, the light will always return, right? So no matter how bad things seem, there's always light at the end of the tunnel, right? You've heard that saying before. It's about rebirth and new beginnings. So we talked about, hibernating in the winter time, and we talk about people feel like lazy or you go to bed early. I know I tend to go to bed earlier when it gets darker out faster. So it's a powerful time to release old cycles and welcome new intentions, hence the new year, right? So it's a time to really kind of think about things. We're letting things go. It's the end of a 12-month cycle of time, right? And there is always light in the darkness. So you can light fires, candles, lanterns. Even a single spark represents resilience and the inner flame that guides us through challenges. So I feel like we are all a spirit team. We call each other a spirit team because we are here to support each other. So even in the bad times, like, we will always reach out to each other, even though we are far apart. So it's about that time of being resilient and knowing that, there's always light, no matter how bad the situation can seem, right? It's nature's quiet magic. Up in the morning with that cup of tea and it's dark out and it's quiet. It's a time that symbolizes continuing life, even in the stillness of times. Yule invites us to slow down and reconnect. So we want to reconnect. It's a togetherness. It was traditionally a time of feasting. We talked about every holiday involves eating, right? Storytelling, gratitude. How about, let's take a minute to have gratitude for all of the things you've accomplished this year. Think of where you were at the beginning of this year and where you are right now. Can you name 2 things, and you don't have to say it out loud, but 2 things that you've accomplished this year that you had no idea you would do? I can certainly think of 2. Okay. So gratitude and community, finding warmth with loved ones. And we talked about hugs and within our own heart. So it's not just with others, but it's also a time to look within ourselves. So it's that darkness, that time to take the darkness to really look at. It's a spiritual reflection and shadow work. It says as the 5th one. The long nights come with introspection. So instead of feeling sad that it's getting dark, I want you to take some time this year to think of this darkness and this time to have some introspection, to really look at not only, I don't want you to always, we always tend to look at what we did wrong, right? Like, what did you do right? Can you make a list of all the things you've accomplished this year and give yourself a pat on the back, right? We can certainly make a list really easily of all the things that didn't work out or were bad, but I'm really trying to change my mindset to be thoughts of what I want things to be like instead of what I don't have or what didn't work out. It serves to heal old wounds and prepare the soul for a fresh cycle of growth. Okay, so let's really focus on like preparing all of this winter for the new beginnings, the new things coming, and take some time to give, like, Spirit's telling me, self-care, self-love. So as you're cocooned in that bed, you should be gratitude, giving yourself a pat on the back for what you've accomplished. Okay. Maura said, great suggestion. Thanks, Maura. So I got this great new deck and I saw it and I'm like, I have to get this for reading. So I got this Yuletide tarot deck. Okay. And I have a lot of different tarot decks, but this is new and I've been playing with it. So the major cards are a little bit different and I thought it was kind of interesting. So while we've been talking, I pulled a collective reading for us for this Yule season or winter solstice or holidays, if you celebrate holidays. Okay. So I pulled 3 cards. So we're going to do a little bit of a mini reading. Okay. The first card I the first card I pulled was the 2 card in the tarot, and that is usually the High Priestess. In this deck, it is called the Mary Lord, and this is a symbol of the High Priestess. So if you think of, and I could say witch, and I don't think of witch as a bad thing, spell work. The Mary Lord has a lot of history. So I'm going to read from the book because the book had some interesting things, and then I'll tell you my interpretation of the High Priestess. So the meaning is subtle influence, unconscious awareness, and mystery. Encountering mystery is never an easy process. What is organized by the Magus is rooted here by the Queen of Winter, and that's another name that they call her, and the physical embodiment of the winter, the Mary Laud. She is the high priestess, the bone queen. I'm getting goosebumps. She threatens to simultaneously tear you into 1,000 pieces whilst also carrying you across the abyss of mystery and towards the light of spring. The Mary Laud is a Welsh midsummer custom of bardic battle where the skull of a horse atop a white robe is animated and carried from house to house and pub to pub. She is paradoxically famous and terrifying all at the same time. She stands at a liminal time, and in her undead guise, she sings of mystery that was old when the world was new. She carries the child upon her back across the abyss of the mystery, and in doing so, reveals something of its nature. The Mary Laud is the unifying force that binds all opposites. So kind of like a balance, if you think of it in that way when you're saying that. So together in a way that convalesces the energies into cohesive whole. She does this from a position of deep feeling and balance. And I keep feeling balance is the message here. This is a deep, ethereal card that deals primarily with subtle and often spiritual forces at play in one's life and one's situation. So what spiritual forces are in play? The high priestess to me represents having lots of knowledge and wisdom. And when you think of this winter queen, she certainly has ancient knowledge and wisdom. So what ancient knowledge and wisdom are you carrying? Are you getting downloads from spirit lately? I can tell you some mornings I've driven to work and I feel like my head's just opening up and I'm just feeling this weird lightness where things are just coming to me, but I'm not sure what it's downloading exactly, but it's just very unusual. So look, are you getting downloads? Is the high priestess here to protect you? What ancient knowledge do your ancestors bring, Spirit is saying, into this winter season for you to think about, to carry through to the new year? What did you need to learn from this year? Were there things that you needed to learn from some things that happened? And you're going to take some time through this winter season to process. And that's what I'm getting from that card. Do you guys want me to ask you to comment on each card as we go or at the end, if you have something to add?
I have something to add if you'd like. So, I see some things at times. So if you, for the moon, what I saw was the panda, which also clarifies peace, balance, and gentle strength as we're coming into the year. So harmony and friendship.
And look at the trees.
The tree on the left is dark and the tree on the right is light.
So that's what I saw.
Yeah.
But so in the moon above her, for me, I see the panda. Okay. So.
Okay. So that is the first card that I pulled. The second card that I pulled, and I always tell cards are like a story. So we're telling a story here. We have the King of Canes. Okay. So you have the King of Canes here, and it says, analytical, intellectual, and just. This is an individual who very much lives through their intellect. Then this is a sword, usually it would be mind. They are remarkably determined and strong decision makers. This person can sometimes use their intelligence not only to get their own way, but also to belittle others around them. This king glows mental and intellectual weakness and can sometimes come across as cruel, mean, and distant. They are not a warm individual and would not be good company to a person who expresses their emotions freely. They can be controlling in many situations, but are excellent leaders as they have strong investigative abilities and are difficult to deceive. They will respond to reason, but do not ever attempt to use emotions as a wager. Okay, so this is the King of Canes or the King of Swords. So it's all about thinking. It's all about that intellect. So you have the king here. So are you the king? Have you been thinking of things? You stand firm. Have you been feeling a little judgmental? So the balance, they're showing me the balance. And this king is judgmental. So he is thinking of others. He's judging them. So are you being judgmental of others? And do you need to take a step back from that? What are you judging? What are you managing? And what thoughts are you bringing in with this season as we change? So you have the high priestess who has all of that and the balance that you're working through. And I feel like Spirit's telling me others, we may be a little sarcastic. We may have expectations for them. And again, okay, so they're pointing out to me what we just talked about with family members, with you expecting family members to be there and stuff. So this can be a time where either you have family members who expect things from you and maybe they're upset and disappointed with you because of that, or maybe you are feeling that way for others. So let's try not to be too judgmental as this king and ride through this jolly time as a king would, as a celebration wherever you go, okay? Anyone want to comment on the kings as well?
I got something, and what was coming through to me was back to what you said earlier, which is self-care. So I think we can also be very judgmental of ourselves and very hard on ourselves. And you talked about he's analytical. And so I know for myself, I sometimes have a tendency to get over analytical of my own self, my actions, my words. And some introspection is good, but over analyzing, it's probably a good idea to think about that self-care and maybe let some of that over analyzing and judgment go of yourself too. So that's what I got, was the self-care.
That's what came to me too, Kendra. I got the same thing.
I like that. Okay.
Sometimes when we're thinking about things and we're doing the judgments come after we have figured out that we had a certain expectation, whether it be of ourselves or whether it be of somebody else. And we have that expectation and it wasn't conveyed appropriately. And that's where the disappointment comes in. So we judge. But if the people don't know what our expectations were or are at that particular time, then how are they going to know that we're disappointed? And our way of handling that is to lash out, even to ourselves. So when you're doing the introspection, be kind to yourself and ask yourself if it's from trauma that no longer serves you, or if it's from truly a place where you can say, okay, I've made it this far. Now what do I need to do now to keep going forward?
No, when you were talking, Shannon, what came to me is also that we don't know what other people are going through, and people who come to a party are like, everyone is stressed out at this time of the year. There's things going on. You may have a million things going on in their personal life, like many of us do. And so be a little bit patient and kind, not only to yourself, but to others, because I feel like you see someone come to a party and you're lashing out at them because they were late and they didn't bring this. And I feel like it's a sister, and they're, you're kind of like, why didn't you come? And you were supposed to be here. And that person is like just barely holding it together and probably wants to start bawling. So be very compassionate, because everybody is going through a lot, that we don't even know about. And maybe they're not wanting to share because it's the holidays too. They don't want to burden everybody. Okay. Okay.
Sprinkle the kindness. Sprinkle the kindness. That's what you actually said.
Sprinkle the kindness. I'm going to get some sprinkles. We're going to shake them around the foyer. And the last card is the lightning tree. Ooh. So we did get two major cards in this 3-card reading. And if you aren't familiar with the tarot, major cards are major life events going on. So this is more of a bigger impact than just the minor cards. So this is something to kind of pay attention to all of this. And Maura said a little bit of kindness. Absolutely. So the lightning tree, I'm guessing this is the tower in the normal deck. It's sudden change, downfall, and release. Cloaked figures run in fear for their lives as lightning strikes the Yule tree. A time of celebration, the coming together of people is shattered as the tree is cleft in twain by the sheer power of the sky meeting earth. People scatter hither, there, and into the woods beyond, seeking safety and sanctuary from the destruction they have observed. The Yule tree is a unified symbol, and all polarities and differences are neutralized at its feet. But here we see it being actively destroyed. The lightning tree is ultimately and intimately connected to the power of speech and to the function of language and words. Our words can create and destroy, and they often do in this most devastating or wondrous of ways. We can use our words to bring light, darkness, or indifference to our world. In this card, There is true darkness and a chaos that comes before organization can ensue. In traditional tarot decks, the card is the Tower, which represents deep challenges. The cause can cause sudden changes. The lightning tree symbolizes catastrophic forces that break things down to their constituted parts and can represent an upheaval that may result in a downfall. This card is like pulling at an elastic band and stretching it beyond its capacity to maintain its form. At some point, the tension will be too much and it will snap. You know that it's going to hurt, but you might be compelled to keep pulling. The lightning tree is the moment when the elastic band snaps and the tension is immediately released. The trick is to figure out how to communicate its message into an experience of awakening and liberty from the constructs that initially created it. So isn't that funny? It kind of talks about your words, which we just talked about. Are you using your words? Are you using, in Spirit's telling me, self-talk? Are you doing the self-talk to yourself? Okay. So, and I'm getting goosebumps about that. So, again, this is all about choosing your words and knowing too. I always think of the Tower as, we always try to control things, but you have to know that no matter how much you go and trying to control things, this holiday season, things are have a tendency to not work out exactly as you planned. And so don't be too upset. Roll with the punch. I'm getting like roll with the punches. Be festive. So if you go to that party or you've planned that party and you spend all of this time and things don't work out, choose kindness, choose to laugh at it instead of lashing out at someone. Choose to realize that everybody's going through things and choose to choose your words cautiously. I guess Spirit's telling me before you lash out and say something to somebody this holiday season you might regret, I would take a pause and really think about what you're grateful for and give compassion to everybody around you, because it just is a time where, you're there to be, isn't the most important thing is that you're just together with the people you love, not if the food came out perfect or you had the right gift or you didn't get a gift or whatever, you don't have the right family around. Let's choose to have compassion for everybody around us, no matter what's going on this holiday season. And that would be my message from this reading. Any comments or other things?
I do, Frankie. Oh, go ahead, Natalie.
I just feel like another component to that is letting go of expectation.
I'm getting, can you hold up that card again? Really quick for the last one.
I was reading Wendy's comments. Sorry.
Oh, were you? Okay, so I don't know if I'm being nudged severely, and okay, so if you look at the tree, I want you to realize it is important for us to stay grounded. And the reason we need to stay grounded is because when we're celebrating with all of our loved ones, we have loved ones on the other side that are also celebrating with us. And it's not a time to be sad. It's a time to understand. So when you're grounded, see those lightning bolts? They have something to connect to when we're grounded here, and they're able to communicate with us and celebrate and know. So I don't know if there's a bunch of loved ones nudging me, and I'm always here. They're saying, I'm always here. You're not alone on holidays. Please don't be sad. We're celebrating. Stay grounded. You're going to feel me. You're going to hear me. So I don't know if it's somebody on the show right now or listening, or if somebody in the future, but stay grounded. They're right there, or everybody. Yeah.
I got goosebumps all up and down my body.
Yeah, me too.
I keep getting these nudges and I'm like, no, I'm not talking. Absolutely not.
Good job. Keep talking.
I had no choice.
Good job. Tell us more, Danelle. Keep talking.
Okay. And it did say something about grounding and, paying attention with the tree, something about the tree, and it said it grounds you no matter what happens. So, so you were absolutely right on. Letting go of expectations is something that, they've been trying to learn over the past years. I think we have all been trying to learn that, Wendy. That's
Me
one
too,
thing
Wendy.
we're working
Definitely.
on.
Definitely.
And so just letting go of expectations and that let me theory, that Mel Robinson talks about. I love that. Let them. Okay.
And let me.
And
Let
let
me.
me.
Let me.
The other half
too.
has to be let me. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the hard part.
So, all right, if you're just joining us, we have a little bit longer, but we just did a reading for the Yule with the Yule time deck. But drop your name in the comments because we are going to give away a prize at the end of the show. And so we've done everything. Oh, we didn't do our little exercise, and then we have to do the healing. So you want to do the healing first, and then we'll leave you with an exercise to do at the end.
The crystal.
Yeah.
The crystal.
She's probably gonna kill me.
What?
What?
I'm getting that look. I'm getting that look from Kendra right above me. I'm getting this. You better shut up, girl. I'm like, now, sister. But we can do it sitting, so I'll help you with it. I've been practicing.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a yoga move. It's a yoga thing or something.
All right, I'm done.
Hi, Don here.
All right, should we do the crazy yoga move first or the healing first?
Yoga move.
So you might have to heal after the yoga move if we put something out,
Okay, so when I teach my yoga class during this time of year, I always like to point out there's several methods of stress control, and some of them, Natalie talks a lot about self-regulation and breathing exercises, and all of that is wonderful, but I'm a little high strung. I don't know if any of you have noticed that. But so when I get stressed, I find the lion pose works wonders. And if it doesn't work wonders for you personally, it will at least give your family a laugh. So we're all going to do this together. So with lion pose, you stick out your tongue as far as you can and you widen your eyes as wide as you can. And I like to have everybody reach up high and then come down, kind of your arms like in cactus arms, we call it. So we're going to inhale up really big. And then when we exhale, we're going to stick our tongue out and widen our eyes and kind of give out a little bit of a big sigh. So ready?
Oh, sweet mother of Troy.
There you go.
We're not going to growl, just a sigh.
We can do this now. We can do this.
It's a screen capture moment.
Yes.
No.
All right.
Great.
Here we go. Inhale up. And then exhale. Okay,
That's
do 3 times. You gotta do it 2 more times. Keep going, ladies. Come on, inhale up.
We're really vampires. No.
Inhale those arms up. Big inhale. Those of you on the podcast at home, inhale.
Come on, join us.
Exhale, tongue out, wide open. Now,
How does that
do this? Oh,
Just
it did. It
now,
just did.
Shannon.
It's the breathing.
now breathe.
Letting go.
Don't you feel relaxed? And here's the beauty of it. If you don't feel better, your family members will laugh or walk away. So
the people on the podcast are laughing. They got something good out of it, I hope.
You know what?
right now.
The kids would love this one too, guys. The kids.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. For your kindergarten
it's good
class.
for your face. It's good for your neck. It's good for your brain. It's
Yeah. That's
Oh,
hilarious.
she's kidding.
Oh,
Thank
no.
goodness.
Oh, you're kidding.
I'm like, great.
Of course it would.
So it's good for everybody. Yes.
Oh,
That's hilarious, Wendy.
It's really good for your face muscles. It's good for those wrinkles, and the neck and the eyes. It's really good exercise.
I could see where it would relax
Thank you,
that part, so
Kendra.
I'm just giving you. Thank
I'm
you
gonna show
for
my
being a good
husband.
sport.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Don't do that. He's scared of you already.
that's true. That's very true.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
All right, dear, you're on with the crystal healing before we end.
Okay.
If you joining
Go
us,
ahead.
drop your name in. Some people are joining us. So, and Kendra's going to make a video for the app with that. So if you haven't downloaded a Little Bit of Kindness app on Google and Apple, we have all kinds of videos of healing, meditation, yoga. So please be sure to download the app and look for Kendra's video.
I look forward to that video. I
bet you do.
That's gonna be suck it up, sister. You're doing it. Okay, well, let's do some healing. I have golden selenite. It's selenite, but it is golden. And we can get this, well, anybody here in Arizona, common. I was given this piece from a friend of mine, Lisa, and her husband. They go out and they look for crystals, and I was starting my energy healing, and they did this, and I keep this on my table before sessions. And so golden selenite is very similar to selenite or regular selenite. It clears energy, but it also opens for guidance and intuitive vibration. It supports in decision making. It helps with downloads, any type of channeling. It helps with your confidence and self-awareness. So if we're trying to be self-aware and not be too critical of ourselves, this is a good one. So for those who are like receiving the energy healing, it helps clear up their auric field. So it helps clear that when we're preparing for an energy session. And it calms the nervous system. So sometimes people are nervous if they've never done any energy work, and that it helps with that. So, and it opens up so you can receive some deeper healing. And I know that we have emotional overload, and it's one of the reasons why I chose this. I'm having a little bit of emotional overload myself. So it helps release that overload. So just so you know. So I also want to talk about the metaphysical. So it supports your nervous system for relaxation. This is something you want to put like on your bedside table. It's good because it's not one of those, it's not like carnelian where it's going to keep you up all night, by the way, if anybody has carnelian.
Oh,
You might want to move it.
Yeah.
Well,
It's by
unless
the
you're
bed.
married, but then move it afterwards. So if you know what I'm saying, wink, wink.
Yeah.
It helps ease solar plexus tension and emotional, those stomach knots that you get from just overstressing. It softens energy base, like the headaches from crown pressure. And then it boosts the energetic vitality and reduces spiritual fatigue. So if you're just overwhelmed spiritually, because sometimes if you're awakening or you're coming into some self-healing and things are coming in fast, it helps ease it and slow it down a little bit. So golden selenite. Okay, so let's do a little bit of, if you just have selenite or even
Does
something
anybody
to
else have a
help.
piece of the golden? Did you have one, Shannon?
No, I have the regular.
Regular selenite's
Okay.
fine.
I
We
have
all
a
have
question.
regular.
And I also had the Lemurian seed crystal. So
Oh, that's
I-
always good. That's good for everybody.
Natalie had a question.
Is there,
Oh.
and I don't know if anybody would know this, I could look it up, but you have the golden selenite. I do have a peach selenite. Is that the same or is it a different?
It's a little bit different. The peach, I can't remember, but it's also a calming one. But if anybody's local, the A to Z Rock Shop, he mines for some of this. So
Nice.
Mining Monday, right? Isn't that what it is?
Yeah,
Mining Monday.
Mining Monday.
He mines, and I know he has some big pieces.
So
Okay.
we're going to
So-
specify local is in Sierra Vista,
Local is in Sierra
Arizona.
Vista. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I
let's
think they also ship, but we can
actually they
verify
may.
Yeah,
that.
they do.
They may. I'm not sure.
It
And
does
I
look
know
like
we
poetry.
also, don't we have somebody on our app that also has stones, crystals?
Oh, yeah. The mystical metaphysical store in Ravenna, I think that's the name of it. They have a ton of crystals and they do ship too. And
Midway
that's what I thought.
Metaphysical Store.
Midway Metaphysical. Thank you.
That's it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's on the app.
There too.
Okay.
It's on the app.
a
Yeah,
little bit of kindness
definitely.
app. Mhm.
Yeah.
So, okay. So let's send some healing energy, just some calming, just some self-awareness, and just send it out for everybody. And as we're doing that, let's breathe in, hold, release. Let's breathe in again through your nose. Hold. Breathe out of your mouth. And I hope everybody felt that, because I can feel that.
Oh God, it got
Wonderful.
so hot for a minute there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wonderful.
My hands are on fire.
Yep.
Yeah.
Self-care. Remember, wand yourself now for self-love and care this
Yes.
winter solstice dark season.
And this, by the way, is Archangel Uriel is associated with the Golden Selenite. So it helps with a lot of healing as well.
Nice.
Maura
does look
said
like
it looks like
It does.
citrine.
It does look like citrine.
Mm-hmm.
But when you look really close, you can see the qualities of that
So-
selenite.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see the stripe effect in it.
Yeah.
That's a trademark of the selenite. Wonder what other color selenite comes. Does it come in any other colors?
There's peach selenite.
Okay.
So we'll have
That's
to talk
what
about
Natalie
that one
has.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that'll be our next. Well, we'll see when.
Yeah. Or Natalie can,
and-
Natalie, you can do a video on that, okay?
Got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
Wink,
That's what I
wink.
was just.
We
And Danelle has an app. Danelle has a video on the app with regular selenite, with these regular
yeah.
selenites.
Yeah.
So again, little plugs for the app. I'll have videos.
If you haven't
on that.
downloaded the app, A Little Bit of Kindness, it's on Google and Apple, and there's crystal bowl healings. We had a lady do a spirit guide draw. There's like all kinds of cool practitioners showing their gifts. So please, and more will be added. So Natalie's showing it on the phone, but be sure you can get a positive, message every day. But please be sure and download it, share it with your friends. It helps us build community, and we're just trying to educate. Anybody who would love to be part of it and wants to educate or be on the show, or you have ideas for the show, we're looking always to add different metaphysical and spiritual things to just discuss so that we can all learn together as we grow.
And build community.
And practitioners are welcome. Practitioners of
Yes,
different modalities are definitely welcome, because I also like to look at the videos on the app.
Me too.
I like to learn new
I want to
things,
learn too.
so.
Yeah.
Thank you for that healing, Danelle, because I feel much more grounded and centered.
Grounded.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Well, Natalie's going to give us a little exercise to work on between now and the end of the year. So if you have a paper and pen, go ahead and grab that, and make sure, Natalie, to tell them to leave the center circle bigger too, to write in there. So,
Okay. So I work at a school, and we talk about this often, and I think a lot of businesses do. So you've heard of this before, but we're talking about our circle of control. What can you control, and what can you not control? And the typical one in your business, maybe there's 3 circles, but we're going to do 2, and we're going to turn it into just theme it for our Christmas. So I drew it, but I just want you to know that well, my kindergartners think I'm the best artist ever, but you'll see. You'll see. It's not so much. So we're going to make a wreath, and I did one here, and we have an outer circle and an inner circle.
Okay.
And you could take your colored pencils, and there's so many ways you could draw a wreath. This is the way it made sense to me.
Wow.
And it looks like kindergarten art, doesn't it? So nice.
It's beautiful.
that's beautiful.
So go ahead, and you're gonna have your inner circle open and an outer circle. So if you want to sketch that out, and again, if you just want to sketch it out real quick, and you can make this much nicer later if you would like to. And while you're drawing those 2 circles and maybe adding your bow, think about some things that you do have control over. And this is just extending that talk of letting go of expectations, being kind to others, thinking about how you react to someone, and thinking about other people's reactions too. We talked a lot about everybody's going through something. And you just never know if that grumpy person at the grocery store probably just needs a little bit of grace and kindness. And
so the
when
inner
you're
circle
ready,
is what we can control? I'm sorry.
Yes, the inner circle is what is in your control. What do you have control over? The outer circle is what is not in your control. So I'll give you an example. Let's see. Let me see. What do I have control over? I have control of whether I want to go to an event or not. Do I have to go to everything I'm invited to?
I know we were talking about this a little bit. One of the things I wrote was my words.
I wrote the same, my words.
Yeah.
Nice.
I had a good friend. It wasn't a friend tell me, and it stuck with me. Not everything that comes into your brain has to come out of your mouth.
That's so hard sometimes. It's true.
It's very difficult. That's where Frankie was talking about that pause. So just that filter, that pause. Especially
I wrote my energy. You know, I don't have to get in that disagreement with, I find too, like, because I'm spiritual and my family is still very Catholic, I try to, if somebody goads me into like, why do you believe that? And how can you talk to, dead people who've passed if you're a medium and that, like, I don't need to justify or spend my energy defending myself. Like, that's my belief system. And so how are you going to spend your energy? I have control over what I spend my energy with.
Ooh, Angel, welcome.
So,
hi, Angel.
Hello.
Hi, Angel.
Yeah. And you don't have control of what people are going to say to you or questions they are going to ask of you, but you do have control over your response, or even your mind when you leave a certain event. You have control over the thoughts that you take.
Yeah, I also wrote my responses, and you just hit on that, Natalie.
And this comes into that boundaries. Like, we haven't talked a lot about that, but having boundaries. So you may choose going to a family function isn't a healthy boundary for you because of some trauma from your childhood or being abused. If you're going to go to a family member that is going to emotionally or physically abuse you, you can set those boundaries. So, that helps you maybe set boundaries by writing what you can control. And then Natalie, do we go on to the rest of the wreath? Or? Well, just what we can't control. Does anyone have anything they want to add?
I was thinking, what can you control? So we talked about that. And I think we talked about what is out of our control, like Wendy, your sister, right? She's going to come through that house. Just kidding. But Wendy mentioned that a couple times in the chat. That's why I had to say that.
She's not listening to this, Wendy.
She can.
She does have control if she would lock the door.
Right. That's boundaries. Locking the door is boundaries.
No,
just trying to help a friend.
Yeah. Just you can add in your wreath in the middle. You're going to put things that you have control over. And on the outer circle, like where the green would be, you'll add what is out of your control.
Yeah. And can you show us one more time, Natalie?
Oh yeah. Okay. Remember, if you're just tuning in, it's my kindergarten art. So
that looks great.
I did my best.
You can hanging this on your door as you walk out the house to that party.
That's right. Yeah. And color it. Make it beautiful. Also, you don't have to go to that party.
Also, coloring is a great way to do introspection too. I mean, that's where those adult coloring books came from, is, that's a good way. That's a form of meditation, right? You can really do some of that introspection and coloring.
And they have watercolor pencils now.
Oh,
along with the big, huge mandalas that you can color in to your heart's content in bed with the small little cup. And you can start out with just the pencil. And then later, when you decide, okay, then you can go back and dip it and kind of go back over it a little bit.
I would steal it.
Sounds like an art project.
That's a great idea.
All right. Well, I think, did everybody do their part of what they needed to add to the show? I think we did everything.
Yeah, I think
we missed Val.
did.
We love you, Val.
We did.
Yeah.
We love you, Val.
She was doing toys for Tots Drive.
Yes. She was doing a lot of community.
Community service.
Community events.
So that's great. Our guest next month will be Jackie, an astrologer. She will be talking. Her husband is Harold, who owns the A to Z Rock Shop in Sierra Vista, Arizona. If you get down there, check it out. He has a great selection of rocks. So she will be our guest next month on the show. We hope you have the most awesome, fun holiday, no matter how you're celebrating or what your traditions are. Remember the reading, remember to be balanced, remember self-care with this darkness, taking some time to yourself to do some introspection. I can't talk today. And kind of look within, and just know that, if you like the show and you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, tell others. If you haven't downloaded the app, A Little Bit of Kindness on Google and Play and Apple, you can download it and see more great practitioners sharing things. And we're all about building community. We're working on planning a retreat at a hot springs for around 20 people in the spring in Arizona, we think. So we'll give you more details as we have it planned. It should be a lot of fun. And we're excited to grow. So anybody want to add anything before we sign off and say happy holidays?
I just want to say I love you, Mom.
Natalie, oh, we love Natalie's mom.
We do love Natalie's mom.
No.
Yeah, we need to do the drawing.
Oh yeah.
Our Christmas present to everybody. We have another Christmas present to everybody. Did you all forget? Yes, you did.
Goodness. Yes, we did.
Yes, we're saving you all. We are not going to sing any songs to you as a closing.
Come on.
And now for the drawing. Okay.
Yeah. Here we go.
Okay. I have Moira. I have Angel Too Many. I have Wendy, Dawn, and I just want to make sure I got everybody. And then I have also, I guess I could just read the names in the circle. Danelle, is that right? Yes. Are you guys ready?
Okay. Yes.
All right,
and
go.
My little sound effects.
It's very cute.
I have Angel Too Many.
All right.
Congratulations. All right.
Yeah, what did we win?
Angel, so we're giving away a year free of a premium subscription to the app. So you can have all of the mini workshops unlocked and enjoy that. So Maura says, congratulations. The person who won last month never got in touch with me.
Oh no.
So if you're on, let me know. What did you say? And so I'm going to have you, Angel, reach out. I'm just going to give you my phone number. You can text me.
And if the person who won last month, it's a little bit of kindness too @gmail.com. Frankie, is that right?
Yeah. So if you want to go ahead and you can just send me an email. I'm going to type it in at Gmail. Or you can also go to the website if you don't remember, but just reach out to A Little Bit of Kindness too @gmail.com. Or you can go through the website and we'll connect you. I'll get you the code so that you can unlock the premium. So we love you guys. We're so happy that you're supporting us. We are excited to start season number 2 in January with new beginnings. We're going to talk about some life coaching program that I'm finishing up by the end of the year. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about manifestation for the new 2026. I want you to hibernate. I want you to regenerate, spend self-care and love. And I want you to start thinking about what you want next year to look like. And we are excited to see you in January, and have a wonderful holiday season and Happy New Year. So we'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Yeah, spread the kindness. Spread a little kindness.
Spread a little kindness. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Take care of
Happy
yourself.
holiday.